Hello, everyone, and welcome to Podcast Learn Smartly, the podcast where we help you master the English language one episode at a time. I'm your host, Emma, and today we have a fantastic episode lined up for you. We're diving into the fascinating world of English idioms. Joining me today is our special guest, John, an English teacher with over 10 years of experience. Welcome, John.
Hi, Emma. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk about idioms.
Great to have you, John. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is an idiom?
An idiom is a phrase or expression that has a figurative meaning different from its literal meaning. For example, kick the bucket means to die, not literally kicking a bucket.
Exactly. Idioms can be tricky because their meanings aren't always obvious, but they're a huge part of everyday English. Let's explore a few common idioms and their meanings. Our first idiom is break the ice. John, can you explain this one?
Sure. Break the ice means to initiate conversation in a social setting, especially when people are meeting for the first time. For example, you might tell a joke to break the ice at a party.
That's a good one. Let's use it in a sentence. At the beginning of the meeting, Sarah told a funny story to break the ice.
Perfect. Another common idiom is spill the beans. This means to reveal a secret or disclose information unintentionally.
Right. For instance, Tom accidentally spilled the beans about the surprise party.
Exactly. Now let's move on to piece of cake. This idiom means something is very easy to do.
Yes, like saying, the exam was a piece of cake.
That's right. And how about hit the nail on the head? This means to describe exactly what is causing a situation or problem.
Great example. When Jane said the project failed due to poor planning, she hit the nail on the head. Now, let's have a little fun with our listeners. We'll give you a few idioms and you try to guess their meanings. Ready?
Sounds fun. Let's do it.
First idiom, bite the bullet. What do you think it means? Take a moment to guess.
Bite the bullet means to endure a painful or difficult situation with courage.
Exactly. Next one. Let the cat out of the bag. Any guesses?
It means to reveal a secret, often unintentionally.
You're on a roll. Last one. Under the weather. What could this mean?
It means to feel ill or unwell.
Well done. And how did our listeners do? We hope you got them right. Before we wrap up, John, do you have any tips for our listeners on how to learn and remember idioms?
Absolutely. One effective way is to use idioms in your daily conversations. Also, try to learn them in context rather than in isolation. Watching movies, reading books, and listening to native speakers can help you understand how idioms are used naturally.
Great advice. And remember, practice makes perfect. That's all for today's episode of Podcast Learn Smartly. Thank you so much for joining us, John.
My pleasure, Emma. Thanks for having me.
And thank you to our listeners. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and leave a review. Until next time, keep practicing and unlocking your English potential. See you!